Ευχαριστούμε πολύ. Το συνέδριο θα προσφωνήσει τώρα ο πρόεδρος της Νεολαίας Απόδημων Κύπριων, κύριος Christos Tuton.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure to be gathered here again for the first time since 2019, following a painful couple of years. Many of us sit here tonight having sadly lost loved ones during the COVID-19 pandemic. And I'm sure I speak on behalf of everyone when I say that we keep them close through our thoughts and prayers. Eoniadous imnimi. Neither of my parents were born in Cyprus. My father isn't Cypriot. Growing up, I was never sure what to make of my identity. But my ayam bapu were the gateway to my Cypriot heritage. They taught me and continue to teach me Cypriot traditions and history. They make sure I am aware of their story, the diaspora story, a story of struggles and hardship, of longing and sacrifice, of hope and opportunity. They talk to me about what it means to be part of the Cypriot diaspora and the special collective experience that gives to so many of us. Most importantly, they shared their dreams of a thriving Cypriot diaspora throughout the generations. They taught me that the diaspora story never ends. 20 years ago, a group of young diaspora Cypriots with an exceptional passion for their heritage came together with the dreams of their parents and grandparents in their minds. They built a place for like-minded young Cypriots to be connected with each other and their homeland. They knew that to do this successfully, they had to build an organisation of young diaspora Cypriots, by young diaspora Cypriots, and for young diaspora Cypriots. With the assistance and guidance of NEPOMAK and PSEGA, NEPOMAK was created as an autonomous body run entirely by volunteers. 20 years later, NEPOMAK proudly stands as the spiritual home of young Cypriots in the diaspora. Since its establishment in 2002, NEPOMAK has succeeded in three key ways. We have connected young diaspora Cypriots to their heritage, culture and identity. We have built long-lasting bonds between our members across the world. And we have proudly supported the people and government of Cyprus in their just struggle for a free, united island. I've been involved in NEPOMAK for 7 years. In that time, I've learned more about Cyprus than I could ever imagine. I've seen hundreds of people attend our flagship cultural programs, NDCP and NCCT, including many that haven't even been to Cyprus before. I've seen fellow NEPOMAK members grow as individuals and take their first steps as community leaders. I've watched friendships grow between young Cypriots around the world. And just 2 weeks ago, I was at the wedding of a couple who met through NEPOMAK, not the first and not the last. In short, this organisation has changed lives and changed the future of the Cypriot diaspora. These achievements have come despite countless reservations and challenges over the years. It was said that the younger generation weren't interested in their Cypriot heritage. It was said that the younger generation were losing touch with their identity. And it was said that the younger generation had too many other considerations, like careers and family, to give back to their community. NEPOMAK has proved that to be totally wrong. Therefore, on this special 20th anniversary of our organisation, I would like to express NEPOMAK's collective gratitude to all the volunteers who have given their time and energy to help make NEPOMAK the organisation that it is today. A special thanks must also go to our founding members for their vision, and our former presidents, Menikos Kouvaros, Christos Karaoulis, and Antonia Michaelidis. Without all of them, our achievements would not be possible. We are also incredibly grateful to NEPOMAK, PSEGA, and the Cypriot government for their outstanding support over the years, and to the Presidential Commissioner, to the Youth Board of Cyprus, and the University of Cyprus for our ongoing close partnerships. Ladies and gentlemen, my generation are appalled at Russia's invasion of Ukraine. We are horrified by the suffering that we observe, and we are frightened by the inability of the international community, despite its best efforts, to prevent this blatant act of aggression. However, for Cypriots, this is sadly far too familiar. We have seen this before. We know that Cypriots went through the same pain as refugees, as relatives of the missing, and as a people who want peace for our homeland. Yet we are gathered here today, over 48 years since Turkey illegally invaded and occupied well over a third of our beloved Cyprus. Famagusta, Kyrenia, Morphou, Rizogarpaso. These are names that we'll always fight for. And let's not forget that tonight we have travelled to Cyprus from London, from New York, Sydney, Toronto, Johannesburg, Athens, and many, many other places. We've travelled all this way from all corners of the globe And we sit in a divided city, the last divided capital city in the world. It is unacceptable, and it is a shame on the international community. That's why we're here. We're here to offer our assistance to the people of Cyprus and their democratically elected government to help secure the freedom of our homeland. We're here to reaffirm our commitment to continue the struggle of the generations before us. We'll do all that we can to make it clear to our governments back home that if they do not stop Turkey's illegal actions, then they are complicit. They cannot simply sit back and close their eyes as Turkey demands partition of the island and opens Varosi street by street. For as long as there are Turkish occupying troops on our beloved island, we will fight for justice, for Cyprus, for freedom, for reunification, and for the end of the illegal occupation. In closing, I would like to once again thank those that have contributed to NEPOMAK's success over the last 20 years. NEPOMAK awakens a passion for Cyprus deep in the bones of young Diaspora Cypriots and gives them opportunities to engage with their roots. We will carry the torch of the Cypriot diaspora into the future. Thank you.